Republican running for governor in South Carolina, Nikki Haley, in a second sex scandal. First, a blogger came out first, a conservative blogger who was on her side saying, my bad, her and I slept together. And people were going to leak incriminating photos, etc. So I jumped the gun and I am telling everybody, oh yeah, we did it, and we did it pretty good. Okay, now he's been giving a little bit more details on his blog, but he says, look, I'm not doing this to hurt her, I'm on her side. Now we have a lobbyist, his name is Larry Marchant, and he was on Bower's side. Bower is running against Nikki Haley for governor of South Carolina, and he was raising money for Bower, and all of a sudden he's popped out of the woodworks, as it were, to say, oh yeah, I also banged her. Now this seems a little random if you ask me, but first let's let the man speak, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
What happened was, one time, one of those things, we'd gone to dinner, I had some drinks, and things happened, and that was it. It was one time only.
Physical relationship has been used a lot lately.
I spent the night with Miss Haley, and we had sexual relations. We had sex. This may be the worst decision I ever made in my life. Only time will tell, but I know in my heart what happened, and she knows in her heart what happened. And I just felt like I needed to bring this out because I just don't know 10 years from now, if I look at myself in the mirror, why didn't you say anything? It's not a matter of why did you say something, Larry. It's why didn't you say? Well, we had several drinks. We went to dinner. We went to a couple of bars. We were with a lot of people, and it just happened. But it did, and I know she was making some very, very strong statements about her relationship, and it bothered me.
Yeah, she has said that she's been 100% faithful to her husband.
Right.
So you're saying that is not true?
That is not true.
Oh no, we had sexual relations, okay? I don't want any innuendo here. First, we weren't worked up from hand love, and then by the end of the night, we were in doggy style, Okay, I had sex with her. I mean, how much clearer do I need to get with you, right? And then he says, it's not why am I saying something? It's like, why wouldn't I have said something? Okay, wait. I know why you wouldn't have said something, because it's totally irrelevant to the campaign. You're working for her opponent, and you're married. So for a married guy, that's a pretty strong incentive not to say something, right? Especially if you're a family values Republican guy, right? So why did you say it? I don't know why you said it. You said you felt compelled because she said she was faithful to her husband. Of course she's going to say that. Well, like, oh, you felt like you had to correct that big lie that was out there? Look, she's a Republican, but I'll defend her on this just like I defended Bill Clinton, actually back when I was a Republican. I was honest on that one too. Okay, if she had an affair with these people, of course she's going to lie about it. What do you think? She's going to come up and be like, oh yeah, I'm running for governor and I believe in lower taxes and smaller government. Oh, and by the way, I had sex with Larry Marchant and that blogger dude over there. I mean, I was giving out left and right. No, she's going to cover it up. And that's her private business. As long as she doesn't run on, I am going to cure the families of South Carolina, and I know what families are all about, etc. Well, then, then it ain't any of our business. And these guys coming out of nowhere and being like, oh, no, yeah, I fucked her too. Yeah. Anybody else? Oh, you too? Oh, yeah. Okay, so then I'm amazed either way. Either they're lying, and wow, what a brazen lie. Man, I wouldn't have the stones to do that, to get in front of a TV camera. I don't know, just make it up. Like Meg Whitman's running in California, right? Oh, yeah, I fucked Meg Whitman. Yeah. I mean, we got drunk, and then, and then she came on to me, and then we got kind of sloppy, and then I went to work on her. Like, I can't imagine somebody lying like that, but that's one of the very, very real possibilities. Man, they're putting a hatchet in her back if they're lying. Okay, and maybe I'm naive, but I'm astounded by that. On the other hand, if they're not lying, I'm also astounded by that, because I mean, here she is. She's married. She's a Republican. She's in political office, going to run for higher political office. and she's going to go and, you know, sleep with a blogger and a lobbyist. And I don't know, maybe people take their, you know, their marriages just so much lighter than I take mine. They're like, we got drunk, so obviously we fucked. What else were we supposed to do? I don't know. I'm amazed by that. Maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe I'm being naive by that. Maybe, I guess that happens all the time with people, where they're like, oh, yeah, well, obviously we're at dinner, a little too much to drink. What else would you do? Just go upstairs and go to sleep? No. Obviously you'd have sex with the person. Okay. Maybe it's because I'm not a Republican. Maybe to them that's standard operating procedure. First we talked about family values, then we got drunk, then we had sex. So now, of course, she's going to try to counter this by running her ad with, you know, her family in it. I don't like it when the guys do it, and apparently I don't like it either when the women do it. Let's run this poor ad here, clip number 9.
I've seen the dark side of our state's politics, and I know the bright side of our state's people. I have a vision of what South Carolina can be, with a strong, growing economy, with schools that work for our children, with a conservative government that's accountable and doesn't waste our tax dollars. I'm Nikki Haley, and this is my husband, Michael. I would be deeply honored to serve as your governor. Together, we can take back our government.
I love that ad. Okay, I'm Nikki Haley, and this is my husband, the only guy I'm fucking. I promise. And then he stands there like, I hope it's true. Man, if it turns out to be, you know, that she's lying, oh, that poor dumb son of a bitch. I feel terrible for him.